Big story of the day, the voting for independence referendum has begun in Catalonia region of Spain. Long queues of voters waited at polling stations in Barcelona, schools to cast their vote. Earlier, Spanish police sealed over 1,300 polling stations in order to stop the referendum. The government said police also visited 1,300 of the 2,315 schools in Catalonia that were designated as polling stations, of which 163 were occupied by teachers, parents, students and activists to defend the Catalan vote. A Spanish government spokesperson claimed that the Catalan government has suffered a blow to its referendum vote following its telematic voting system being blocked. Meanwhile, hundreds of police housed in ferries in Barcelona port headed for deployment on the streets of Barcelona hours before the vote.
El Gobierno está siguiendo con detalle los acontecimientos en Cataluña en la víspera del 1 de octubre. Y hoy nos hemos enterado de un golpe asestado a la organización del referéndum ilegal cuando se ha bloqueado las instalaciones del Centro Tecnológico y Telemático de la Generalidad de Cataluña, precisamente para evitar el que se pudiera utilizar el voto telemático o el recuento también de los votos. Esta actuación, como todas las actuaciones que se están desarrollando, se hace en el marco estricto de la ley y por orden judicial.
At the same time, Catalonia government spokesperson has assured people that they will be able to participate in an independence referendum.
Tot això que estan buscant, regirant, etc., no té res a veure amb l'1 d'octubre. Per tant, també vull dir als ciutadans de Catalunya que tothom tranquil, que demà es votarà, demà es comptarà i, si cal, es recomptarà. Però tot això que estan fent és d'una desproporció inaudita.
Tension is rising as tens of thousands of people are expected to vote in the northeastern region, where Catalan leaders have taken a stand against the central government in Madrid. The standoff between the central government and the Catalan leaders is one of the biggest crises to hit Spain since democracy was restored after the death of dictator Franco in 1975.
From the 2,315 votation points that Catalan government has prepared, 1,300 have been sealed off. Among them, there are 163 where there are people doing unsporting activities. All of them have been warned by the Catalan government police that they have to leave these spaces before 6 in the morning so that they can definitely be closed. People will go to vote. According to surveys, it will be over 52, 53, 54% of the population. People that are totally pacific. People who want to express with normality their opinion about who the political future of Catalonia should be.
Spain's foreign minister said that the Catalan regional government's plan to hold an independence referendum is a mockery of democracy. All right, for more on this, I'm joined by senior foreign editor Padma Rao. Padma, a lot of people are saying that this could be a turning point in Europe's history. For not just it exposes the, one of the recent territorial disputes, but one can also see how it's a huge divide. There's a section of people who's made up their mind that they will, come what may, they will seek independence from Spain. But at the same time, there are people who want Spain to be a united country.
Yes, it's a very peculiar situation, but it's not a first time, Archana, as you know. We've seen, the talks over Ireland happen. In fact, the talks followed a very bloody and bitter altercation for many years. And then we've also seen the Basque region in southern France and northern Spain. So this is a region which is, it's closely allied to Valencia in the south and to the southern parts of France. They speak the same language. It's a different language from Castilian Spain, which is Spanish, which is spoken as the official language in Spain. So there are reasons that go back a long way in history. But having said that, coming back to today's situation, what you have really here is a referendum that the people are determined to carry out, despite the fact that it's been declared unconstitutional by the Constitutional Court at the behest of the Prime Minister, the Spanish Prime Minister. So the police have moved in, as almost as a sign to say, look, to emphasize the unconstitutionality of the vote. And the people are going out to vote, the 53%, I feel, also to express that symbolism of the vote, because ultimately, even if the referendum is held and whatever votes are counted, never mind the website being, being taken over by the central government, the other, even if it's just a ballot paper and a referendum, people are also, I think, keen to just bring that symbolism to the fore. So I think it's a symbolic standoff on both sides, because ultimately the Constitution of Spain rules, and this will be a long drawn out legal procedure, because you will have to challenge the order issued by the Constitutional Court, and also challenge the emergency that was imposed in Catalonia.
Right, and you know what, we've seen overwhelming support pouring in for the independence of Catalonia. We've seen farmers coming onto their tractors and blocking those schools so as to avoid the police to enter the premises. But now, for the benefit of our viewers, could you also break it down why suddenly, like in the past 2-3 months, the talks, the process and the demonstrations have intensified for the freedom of Catalonia? What is the trigger? Well,
the main reason in more modern history is the European crisis, the economic crisis. After that, as you know, Spain was one of the countries with the heaviest debts. Spain, Greece, and several other southern European countries. So there was already a huge amount of national debt, and the autonomous province of Catalonia is already, it's actually one of the richest regions of Spain. And in terms of tourism, for instance, this is where the Costa Brava is. This is just south of the Pyrenees Mountains, where people go skiing. There are there's a lot of income coming in from tourism, but most of the money the Catalans feel has been going to the central coffers in Madrid. So there has been a sort of growing economic discontent since the European crisis, and I feel that this is the culmination of that crisis.